Connecticut continue the minutes of Brionna Jones, rips it down, and Bindo always efficient. Brionna 102 possessions per 40 minutes, just 2 games. Jones the find, cuts behind the shot clock with Soul to spin move. Brionna Jones. Whole teams have turnovers in terms of points. Hot hand, Brionna Jones.
With the Indiana Fever in the epicenter of the chaos, the WNBA is a hive of activity. The league is hearing rumors of a big change. If it's true, one of the most exciting developments of the season would be if Brionna Jones, one of the most dominant and respected players in the game, joined forces with Caitlin Clark, a superstar rookie with limitless potential, and Alla Boston, a talented and reliable rising talent. Suddenly, the Fever aren't just another team. They could become the team. But why is this potential signing so important? And how does it affect the Fever's future in their pursuit of championship glory?
Well, this is much ado about nothing. I'm not worried about Caitlin Clark at all. I don't give a damn if if she doesn't have a great season. First of all, the Indiana Fever ain't that good. Let's get that out the way. At least when you compare them to the upper echelon of the WNBA. Let's just get that out the way. We want to act like, that they're all this. They're not. To the Indiana Fever, you're not. You're just not. That's number one. Number two, okay, like you said, Connecticut Sun, an elite defense. Well, when you look at the WNBA, okay, there were 2 teams that were dubbed essentially super teams last year. One of them was the New York Liberty.
Under the astute leadership of head coach Stephanie White, Indiana has been struggling for years, but those days appear to be behind them. The Fever is attacking their rebuild with seriousness and ambition, and signing Jones would not only add muscle and skill to the roster, but also make a powerful statement to the entire league. Indiana is dreaming big, playing bold, and prepared to win by assembling a team that is both balanced and dangerous. It's no longer a quiet rebuild. Rather, it's an exciting transformation that's impossible to ignore. Are you feeling the energy surrounding the Fever's rise? This could be the beginning of a new era in the WNBA. Stay tuned for the latest updates on this evolving story. Remember to follow, like, and comment to remain updated.
You got the extra detail.
The doodle. That's golden.
The dawn of a new era. Caitlin Clark amen link from the first moment Clark took the court. It was evident that she was one of the most talented players of her generation. Her court vision is almost magical, and her ability to sink impossible shots astounds audiences. In her brief time with the team, Clark has already improved the mood of a long-suffering franchisee. Indiana is focused on developing a championship contender around Clark because they see what they have in her, not tomorrow or next year.
Coach and coach team is talking about just not being pleased with the effort, I guess, all around from the team. What was your message to you all in terms of that?
Yeah, I think it's just like we can't coach effort. This is a team you can't come out and be lackadaisical against. Like they're just that good. They're gonna punch you in the mouth, and I don't think we had it from the jump. And obviously that's a little disappointing. But that's something they can't coach. Effort is not something they can coach. They can coach X and O's, but they can't coach that. And I thought we just could have played with a lot better energy. I thought we let little things on the offensive end frustrate us, and we didn't play good defense. It seemed like everything they got was easy. Nothing was challenged, uncontested threes. We were giving up and ones. We put them at the free throw line, and that was the key to the game. Like, you can't foul this team. They lead the league in free throws attempted, I'm pretty sure. And that's exactly what we did. It's not a recipe to win many games.
Balance is the key to maximize Clark's brilliance, and the components that highlight her powerful flair are all around her. The rumored Brionna Jones addition would be a huge game changer for the team and the league. Jones is a tower of strength in the post, giving Clark the freedom to be creative and dominate games without having to shoulder the weight of the entire world. Together, they could redefine Indiana basketball and set the stage for a season that will go down in history. But the Fever has bigger plans than just collecting statistics. They want to change the franchise's narrative. For too long, Indiana has been an afterthought in the WNBA, but now that Clark is the focal point and Jones is a potential teammate, they're laying the groundwork for something significant, something enduring, something legendary.
But I just can't wait. You know, she's a student of the game.
Yeah.
She loves the game of basketball. She has been so great in how she's handled, you know, all of the attention. She just wants to play. She just wants to win. And I'm looking forward to coaching players like that and this young franchise, this young team, and taking our next steps.
Stephanie, thanks.
Stephanie White is a visionary coach who, the Indiana Fever may have found its guiding star in Stephanie White, who is renowned for her skill on the field and as a coach with a thorough knowledge of the game, especially on defense. But it's not just her strategic thinking that makes her stand out. Her strength is in creating teams that believe in themselves, and for a franchise seeking a breakthrough, belief is just as important as talent. What makes White's role in the Brionna Jones saga so intriguing is how interwoven their stories are. It's no surprise that the rumors of Jones going to the Fever started once White took over, because White had previously coached Jones during her time with the Connecticut Sun, so she knows exactly what Jones is capable of and how to use her strengths to their fullest. This is about trust, chemistry, and a coach with a vision for greatness. It's not just about numbers or strategies.
What made you want to take this job?
Well, first and foremost, it's home. I mean, this is a franchise in the Indiana Fever, Indiana Pacers that's in my DNA. Grew up in Indiana, played in Indiana, played with the franchise, of course, a part of the franchise when we won the WNBA championship. And secondly, this young, exciting roster. You think about a generational player in Caitlin Clark and back-to-back Rookie of the Years with Aaliyah Boston. Kelsey Mitchell, I think, had the best year of her career. It's just an exciting roster. What an outstanding moment we have in women's basketball right now, and to come back and be a part of it in my home state with my home franchise, it's just a unique opportunity, and I'm so thankful and grateful for it.
You know, Stephanie, you mentioned also in your statement that it is an important time in women's.
This season marks a sea change for White. Leading a struggling team to prominence is no easy feat, but with Jones potentially joining, things are starting to come together. If White is successful, she will not only establish herself as one of the best minds in the game, but she will also make Indiana a place where greatness can flourish and where winning championships is the ultimate objective.
I think the thing I missed the most about, you know, being out there on the court with my teammates was first just being out there.
She takes pride in being a low post presence and playing with power.
The star of the half, though, Brionna Jones.
The rewarding part was just, you know, seeing all the, you know, all the reps and all the hard work pay off, and, you know, make those little gains and continue to, you know, get better and, you know, see my progress throughout the off season.
She's been, in your opinion, and I think a lot of folks would agree with you, the most consistent member of the Connecticut Sun.
Breezy just having herself a night. She's been all over the floor. Brionna Jones has been back in this building, and since she's been back, she has been active.
10-20% better than we were last year. I think that's the main thing to get us over the hump.
The missing component is Brionna Jones. Brionna Jones is one of the league's most feared players because she not only plays basketball but also controls the game with her efficiency, rebounding, and dominance in the post. When she takes the court, she immediately alters the tempo and redefines the possibilities. The team needs a player who commands respect to keep everyone on the team balanced and motivated, but picturing Jones with Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah. Boston is where things really start to get interesting because Clark will have room to develop her offensive skills knowing that Jones is there to dominate the paint. Boston is still developing to the fullest extent possible and won't have to deal with the crushing pressure of being the team's only interior presence. Together, the three would create a devastating power combination, both tact and strategy.
Hey ladies, so my question is for you, Brionna, and it's about Breezy. So I guess just talk about, you know, she didn't play the playoffs because of her injury, and just to come back, be an all-star, and make it this far. Just talk about what's it like about Breezy, you know, that people don't pay attention to about her game, both on and off the court.
Breezy is a constant force in this league. It's really hard to come back from injury and play at that level. So, and we asked a lot of Breezy, so it probably was a little bit unfair, you know, coming off an injury.
However, Jones is a proven winner who provides more than simply on-court excellence. Someone who is aware of the perseverance and sacrifice required to lead a youthful squad, such as the Fever that experience is gold, with Brionna Jones setting an example. This group has the potential to develop more quickly than anyone anticipated and join the NBA's elite. The Fever's trip is only getting started, but with the right moves, this club isn't merely looking to compete, they're chasing. Magnificence the exodus from Connecticut. The intriguing question raised by the Indiana Fever's potential recruitment of Brionna Jones is whether this move may lead to a wave of Connecticut Sun stars will follow her lead. Well-known figures like Alyssa Thomas and Deanna Boner will soon be free agents, and their romance with Stephanie White makes Indiana a desirable place to call home. A few wise additions might swiftly turn the Fever into one of the league's best teams. For players like Thomas and Boner, leaving Connecticut would mean joining a rising powerhouse rather than merely getting back in touch with Coach White. Though nothing is certain, the prospect of a connected exodus adds an intriguing layer to the Fever's offseason strategy. If Indiana is successful in bringing in multiple marquee names, they won't just position themselves as title contenders, they'll send tremors through the entire league. Indiana has emerged as one of the WNBA's most promising destinations thanks to its energized vision, newly renovated facilities, and an exciting mix of young stars like Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Bost. A lot of players would not pass up the opportunity to help create something memorable that could upset the league's power dynamics.
She knocked it down. Caitlin Clark's 51 left in the first quarter, and she posts for you, Boston. 4 points in the game. Allen gets Fever looking for numbers. Wallace back to Clark. Shovel pass. Boston. Look at that. She's down to Smith just bodying and keeping position. And the money pass. Clark to Boston.
Clark Boston and the development of Indiana at the core of Indiana's change are its two young cornerstones, Clark and Aaliyah Boston, who together offer the ideal balance of talent and promise, a combination that may define the future of the team for years to come. Boston's presence as a dominant force in the paint is perfectly complemented by Clark's fearless shooting and court vision. The two have already won over fans as one of the NBA's most exciting young duos. Just think of how much more room Clark's limitless range and superb basketball instincts would have with her dominance in the post. Boston is already sage. Beyond her playing career, she may gain knowledge from working with one of the league's best big men. This trio could lay the groundwork for not only vying for titles, but also revolutionizing the league's approach to team building.
Gainbridge Fieldhouse in downtown Indianapolis. It's the young and talented Indiana Fever facing off against the experienced Phoenix Mercury. The center jump circle, and we are underway. West Smith with the rebound and the stick back.
We kind of balance out how we can all feed our games off one another, and it kind of plays in our favor because we gel really, really well naturally based on what we do individually and how we can accumulate it together. As a team, I think it's going to start to put the league on notice.
This time it's Boston who feeds to Alyssa Smith. As Clark just went right by her former teammate and laid it in. Here's Alyssa Smith doing a little work. Everyone for Indiana getting in on the action here.
Yeah, we're just constantly.
By pursuing someone like Jones, Indiana's front office has made it clear that their goal is to surround a talented young core with seasoned stars who are equally driven for success. They are doubling down on this vision to make sure Clark and Boston have the resources and leadership they need to succeed in the here and now, while laying the groundwork for long-term success in the years to come.
MVP voting coming up today, AT5. Do you feel like in some ways, even though she maybe hasn't been scoring as much this year with her role, that she's been a little bit underappreciated, or maybe the buzz around her has died down this year? And just in general, what does she need for this team as it looks to make this championship run?
I think AT is always underappreciated. I know that the numbers were incredible a year ago, but I think her versatility, what she means to a team, whether it's our team, whether it was the national team and she was put in for defensive reasons.
The relationship between Stephanie White and Brionna Jones. The relationship between Stephanie White and Brionna Jones during their time together in Connecticut is one of the most intriguing themes in this emerging plot. White assisted Jones in becoming one of the most influential post players in the NBA. Reuniting in Indiana would be more than just a reunion of these two. It would rekindle a tried-and-true recipe for success. Under White's guidance, Jones developed into an effective scorer and defensive anchor who helped the Sun achieve their consistent playoff presence. By bringing this winning dynamic to Indiana, Jones goes beyond simply being another free agent signing. she would be a crucial leader who is aware of White's expectations and style. The possibility of reuniting with Jones underscores her reputation as a coach who can establish trust and draw top talent. It's a calculated risk that could pay off in her quest to elevate the Fever to championship status. This kind of synergy would enable Indiana to fast-track its path to contention while also developing its promising young talent for White.
They counted it on the floor, the check, but the bottom line is Indiana 100 points, won their 20th game season, and they have in the WNBA playoffs.
Clark, Mitchell, 65 combined. Clark with a career high.
Road ahead for Indiana, but acquiring Brionna Jones would be a revolutionary step. Free agency is still in progress, providing the Fever with plenty of chances to further hone their roster. Whether they choose to add more seasoned veterans or try to add depth to their bench, every choice they make will have a significant impact on the team's short and long-term success. The key question remains, will Kelsey Mitchell, the star guard who is the team's offensive mainstay, return? Her choice is significant because her leadership and scoring prowess are essential to the team's success. If Indiana keeps Mitchell and adds Jones and perhaps other players, they could have one of the WNBA's most dangerous and well-balanced lineups.
I mean, I have chills watching this team. It is a completely different motor this year, and just the determination, the passion, the willingness to win and get out there and make a play.
This Indiana Fever team coming out motivated.
Incredible! Right now, everything is working for the Indiana Fever.
They have clinched the sixth.
Fans worldwide are excited to watch how this tale unfolds as a new era dawns. And when the dust settles in the upcoming weeks, all eyes will be on Indiana because of their daring, well-considered initiatives that have won them the league's attention. Dawns for the Indiana Fever with their pursuit of high-impact players like Brionna Jones. The Fever are no longer just rebuilding. They're vying for the championship and making a bold statement that Indiana is prepared to make waves in the WNBA. This isn't just about making a few off-season moves. It's about leaving a lasting legacy and providing the right environment for rising stars like Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston to flourish. For Indiana supporters, this is a watershed moment as their club is finally making championship-level moves after years of rebuilding and frustration, and the atmosphere surrounding the team has never seemed more electrifying. Fans are daring to hope that the Fever's youthful core, elite coaching, and possible free agent signings will finally give them a chance to shine. Regardless of what occurs next, one thing is certain. This offseason will be regarded as the one that changed the franchise's course. The league would be wise to pay attention to Indiana because their future has never been brighter.